After 3 months of use, here's what I have to say about the iPhone 7 Plus. Welcome everyone to My Tech Monday. Like I said in the intro here, I've had the iPhone 7 Plus for almost 3 months now, so I thought it'd be fitting to do a 3-month review on it. Sticking with the number 3, I'm going to give you 3 reasons that I don't like this phone and also 3 reasons that I do like this phone, and let's get started with the negative stuff. The first thing I do not like about this phone was something that I did not like about the previous iPhone, the iPhone 6, and that's the fact that they moved the power/lock/unlock button over to the side. If I was personally designing this phone, I would have either left it up at the top or added it over into the side where the volume buttons are. Now, keep in mind that I have big hands as it is, and I still find it a stretch to go from the home button all the way up to the lock and unlock button. Granted, if the button was up here, it'd be a lot harder, but I could also just use a different finger to do it. That's why I think if they had stuck every single button on the same side, it would have been a lot easier to use. My second problem with this phone, I don't know if it's the phone in particular, but I'm not going to lie to you guys, since I switched from the iPhone 6 up to the iPhone 7 Plus, my service has been absolutely horrendous. Places that I was able to get service before, no problem. This thing has a hard time loading onto the internet. Sometimes texts take absolutely forever to send. I don't know if I can blame that on the phone specifically. I still have the same exact case on this phone as I had on my previous phone. I've done all the things like restarting service updates and, that pound update pound or whatever it is. Done all these things like that. Like I said, I have Sprint and I don't know if it's their network that's causing the problem. I've called them up a couple times. They can't seem to find anything wrong with it, but for my personal use of this phone, the service is a heck of a lot slower on this thing than a previous model. Finally, the third problem I have with this is also a reason that I like this phone, but it's the size of this, and the size of this has led me to drop this phone right here more than any other electronic or any other phone or anything in my life. I've never dropped something as much as this phone right here. Keep in mind, I'm pretty strict about making sure that I always have a good grip on these devices. I always make sure to put stuff that's valuable like this in a protective case. That's why I've always gone with these otter boxes here. I've seen ridiculous results from drops and stuff of that nature, but I've probably dropped this phone more in the first 3 months of owning it than I've dropped all of my other iPhones in cases combined. Like, this thing is just a magnet for jumping out of my hand. And like I said, I have big hands. I have a decent grip on this thing, but somehow it just finds a way to just fly out. Now that the 3 negatives are out of the way, here are the 3 positives about this phone. Starting it off with number 1 is the battery on this thing. Now, I know this phone is more powerful than the previous phones that I have. The screen seems to be a lot brighter on this model here on the iPhone 7 Plus than the iPhone 6, and for some reason, I'm getting a lot more battery time or a lot more usage out of this phone than previous models, and especially this has a 4K camera and everything like that. It has dual cameras, and I'm still managing to get more battery out of this phone than the iPhone 6. Now, yes, I know there's a larger battery in them, but I'm still just saying, from example, like a 6 Plus to a 7 Plus, I think there's a big difference in battery life. Even if it's just an hour, that's a huge difference. The second thing I absolutely love about this camera is something that I just mentioned, and that's the camera on here. This thing takes great pictures, and I would have to say that it's a great improvement from the iPhone 6's camera up to this dual camera system here. I don't like the fact that sometimes you can't lock which camera in place that you want to use. Like, I have a hard time taking pictures of coral in my fish tank with it, but that's something that if I just fiddle around with, I can kind of get used to. It's not something that's going to ruin the phone experience for me. Finally, the third favorite thing about this phone is the speed of opening apps, the speed of which this phone processes and does things. Yes, I know I said about the whole service and the speed of the internet and stuff like that. Loading takes forever, but I'm talking about just opening up apps, opening up the camera, opening up anything, editing a movie, editing documents, stuff like that. This thing is so quick on doing. I can say without a doubt this thing is definitely at least twice as fast as the iPhone 6, this iPhone 7 Plus. It's great. So far I like it after these first 3 months, minus the fact that this thing jumps out of my hand like a jellyfish would. But that's going to do it for today's episode. You guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. There's no Gaming Tuesday tomorrow because we had our mid-season finale, so I'll see you on Wednesday for Adventure Wednesday. Peace.